Hi, I'm Amelia.
And I'm not. I'm Will.
Welcome to VicJam Live.
Over the next 30 minutes, we'll bring you up to date with the latest news on VicJam and answer as many questions as we can.
Yes, if you have a question, please put it in the comments section on our Facebook page now.
Meanwhile, here's something we prepared earlier.
The countdown has begun.
On December 29th, 2021, we're taking scouting to the next level.
Your adventure begins when you step off the bus.
Into another world.
A giant tent city that goes for miles. For 2 weeks, we'll be one of Victoria's largest towns.
Our own shopping mall, radio station, daily newspaper,
fire station, police station, medical centre,
big arena shows, quiet places to chill out, and somewhere to charge your phone.
And action! So much action!
There's on-site adventures, off-site expeditions, and nighttime entertainment.
You'll stay at an activity base with special catering and entertainment to match the theme of your expedition.
Activities like rafting, cycling, amazing race, canoeing, kayaking, environment, and more. What will your patrol choose?
Back at camp, the entertainment team is planning a Cirque Del More, a retro night, a mega Disney sing-along, esports gaming with a live final.
Sounds awesome! Awesomely awesome! That too.
This is your chance to be part of scouting history.
If you're a scout, whatever your ability,
or adventurer, or a rover.
Leaders too of all shapes and sizes. You mean scout leaders and cub leaders and venturer leaders? That too.
VicJam will make history.
The first Jamboree that's youth-led. Scouts like my brother are helping plan the Jamboree. The food, the activities, the expeditions, the entertainment, the marketing, the videos, the radio station. The first Jamboree that's run under the new program. Activities will be based on the challenge areas, outdoor adventure skills, and special interest areas.
And you'll have heaps of opportunities to earn participates, assists, and leads.
And it's the first Jamboree where your phone is an essential tool.
To book activities, order food, buy merch, record your achievements.
Badge work on the phone app? Is that really scouting? Did Baden Powell have an iPhone at Bouncy Island?
Grandfather most certainly did not have a smartphone. But I do.
The first Australian Jamboree with supermarket catering.
We choose our food online.
Easy! Breakfast is Cocoa Pops and ice cream.
Nah, they've thought of that. There's some healthy algorithm.
Killjoys. Does this mean I have to take my phone to Jamboree?
You don't have to, but you're allowed to.
Who looks after my valuables at Jamboree?
You do.
Or put them in your Jamboree unit's lockbox.
And who looks after us?
We all do.
Leaders, patrol leaders, the welfare team, doctors, nurses, even a dentist.
What about aliens? Mystery viruses? Girl guides with a bad attitude?
Scouts don't take risks. It's as simple as that.
But what if something goes wrong?
It's real life. Something always happens.
The 2019 Jamboree was dusty. 2016 was flooded. 2013 was hot. And the 1955 Jamboree is still called the Mudbury.
But we're scouts. We'll be prepared.
Resilience is our middle name. Actually, my middle name is Aaron.
VicJam has been 4 years in the making, and on Wednesday, December 29th, it blasts into action.
Followed by 11 days packed with fun, friends, and adventure.
Like New Year's Eve with 6,000 of your closest friends.
Until Saturday, January 8th, when VicJam disappears forever.
That's so sad.
So don't miss out on being part of history.
Take life to the next level.
Nearly 2 weeks away from home.
You come home 2 years older.
A Jamboree is a life-changing investment in the future. This will be the summer of my life.
Start planning, start saving, and check out the VicJam website.
That's www.vicjam.com.au. Everyone, www.vicjam.com.au.
Brownsea Island was so last century. Let's make our own history.
Yes, we'll see you at VicJam!
So much has happened since we made that in March.
I see you've gone up to Venturers.
It was either that or buy a bigger scout shirt, but I'm still going to VicJam.
Along with 5,000 others. Right across Victoria, scout groups are signing up for VicJam.
Here's a few of the new friends you'll meet at VicJam.
and that's just a fraction of the numbers from right across Victoria.
Some groups, like Warrnambool Tourum, seem to add an extra scout every week.
VicJam will be bigger than any scout camp or school camp you'll ever go on.
For example, the budget for VicJam is $5.1 million. This includes $1.5 million for program, $1.4 million for catering, and $1.4 million for transport and logistics. Then there's the food. We'll consume the equivalent of 3,300 full shopping trolleys. Items include 181,000 pieces of fruit, 16,830 liters of milk, 291,464 slices of bread, and 444 liters of sauce. That's 220 pallets of food, adding up to a whopping 100,000 kilograms of food and drink. Many scouts have special dietary needs or religious considerations, so VicJam will have 16 different menus. Patrols will prepare for VicJam by watching the VicJam online cooking show to learn how to cook the various meals before the Jamboree. VicJam also has a waste minimization plan. All unused food will go to a local food charity. And we'll also have a minimum packaging of all food items to stop waste going to landfill. Then there's the buses. We'll use 120 buses to bring scouts, venturers, and leaders from all over Victoria to Elmore, plus buses for the thousands of visiting cubs. The service team have a big shopping list too. Items like 5,000 bags of ice, 800 gas bottles, 18,000 cable ties, 1,000 star pickets, and 8 kilometers of hessian. And we won't be short of water. We've also installed 4 350,000 litre water tanks at Elmore.
As you do.
So you get the idea. This is a big camp.
And a happy camp. Everyone always seems so happy. And running. They're always running.
No one will ever put on weight at a Jamboree. But people are probably wondering, what exactly will we do?
Glad you asked. Here's the latest from the program team. Firstly, there's the action on site. You will enjoy a series of full-day adventures, like Vertical World. Imagine abseiling off a stack of shipping containers, simulated caving, and, hopefully, a zipline. Or Water World. You'll slip and slide in the mud, but unlike Jamboree, this is warm mud. Expect even more water fun in the sun and giant water slides. Cyber World. We're talking robots, drones, laser maze, escape rooms, solar, and, for the boffins, an electron microscope. Outback World is archery, whip making, leatherwork, metalworking, and, this is a secret, learning axe throwing. Our world is about sustainability, inclusiveness, the dreamtime journey of our first Australians, and a whole bunch more. Plus, we all get to go flying and challenge ourselves on flight simulators.
You'll also go off-site. One of these days is a full-day adventure. Your patrol will list your preferences in order, and the computer will do its best. Mountain biking has 2 options, a gentler program or the hardcore one. Cycle touring is another cycling program, and they guarantee there are no mountains involved. Wet, Wild, and Windy is a full-day sailing, rafts, and all things water. Apart from the 3 programs I just mentioned, everyone gets to do 2 other full-day adventures. On the Echuca Explorer, you'll explore the beautiful and historic town of Echuca on the Murray River. Then there's a trip to Funfields Water Park. This is just a day of fun, and everyone gets wet again.
But wait, there's more. You'll also head off on an exciting 2-day expedition. That means a night away from the Jamboree with your patrol. At AJ 2019, these trips were an absolute highlight. Once again, your patrol will list your preferences, and the computer will take full responsibility. There's Wet, Wild, and Windy, the extended mix, a new venue and more activities, but all based on water in the hot sun. Ever tried caving? This is your chance to explore the underground world safely. Amazing Race. Yes, it's like the TV show, but the Jamboree will be more fun. Are you game? Our Green Warriors expedition is a fun way to learn about the macro and micro environments, sustainability, saving the world, and more. Have fun, learn stuff, save a planet. If you haven't tried water skiing, you'll be an expert after 2 days. Plus, there's canoeing, swimming, and lazing around on lilos.
But wait, there's even more. Every night you'll have things to choose from. The opening and closing ceremonies are big shows. Don't miss them. There's usually a band or two after the opening. More music too, like the great bands at Main Arena, or resting back at camp listening to the Jamboree radio station. Other entertainment highlights include Cirque de Elmore, a retro night, a mega Disney sing-along, and esports gaming with a live final.
So much to do, so much fun.
But maybe you have questions.
Please put them in the comments section on our Facebook page now.
Let's meet the man who is leading the team who are putting this amazing event together.
Please welcome John Willis, the Chief Director of VicJam.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's great to be with you.
John, first question from me. Over the last year, many events have been cancelled and many organizations are struggling. Is Scouting taking a risk with VicJam?
Look, Will, thank you. Scouting in Victoria has a long history of running Jamboree. In Australia, we've run 26 Jamborees over 80 years, and we really do know what we're doing. We're really privileged to have an awesome team that is leading this Jamboree, and I'm very confident it'll be fantastic. We've just come off the successful Cubberee, where we had 4,700 people camped together at Gilwell. It was amazing. This will be amazing too. Let's see if we've got any questions from viewers back at home.
John, Amelia Dow asked, how will the phone thing work at VicJam?
Well, a really good question, Amelia. The plan is to have a little app. It'll probably be a web-based app. That means a simpler one, but it will let us do lots of things. We'll sort out how we select our activities as patrols. It'll allow us to get some feedback from you guys about how the activities are running, and if there are any rough edges we need to try and sort out. In other words, we can get feedback. It's going to be what we use to assist in organising food, which will be delivered via supermarkets. These are really new ideas for a Jamboree in Australia, and we're going to try them out and have them work for us at VicJam. So phones are a thing that people can bring. You don't have to bring a phone, but if you can, and you want to, that's terrific. And each unit will, I'm sure, make up rules about no phones in tents at night and things like that. But that will be sorted out by your unit council.
Fiona Elizabeth asks, when do we get to choose the off-site activities that we do?
Fantastic question. So this is also new. Choosing off-site activities is not something that Jamborees have done before, but we're doing it at VicJam. So this is going to happen later in the year. What happens is you apply now, soon, please, and that helps us planning. And then the State Scout Council organises units, which is groups of 36 scouts in 6 patrols. Those units will then go camping together and meet and get to know each other really well, and select patrol leaders and the unit council. And then there will be we'll use the app. So I'm thinking it'll be more like October-ish that you will then, patrols will select their preferences after you've met all the other people in your Jamboree unit, and the process will go from there.
Mitchell Edwards asked, what will happen if someone gets hurt?
I'm quite certain, Mitchell, someone will get hurt. Hopefully it won't be you. No, look, people do get hurt. We're doing enthusiastic and adventurous things, but we have a full first aid team. We have a medical centre with really qualified people and some of Victoria's best paediatric doctors. You're not going to need a doctor. We don't do, hurting really, but it will be fine. And we're only a very short drive from a hospital if people really need that. We have a city of 5,000 people. Someone's going to get sick, but we'll look after them. What else?
Michelle Moore asks, how much VicJam merch do you get at VicJam?
Right. So the merch side of life, what we give you is generally a roller bag if you're a scout, and for leaders and venturers and rovers, that's an optional purchase. You get a hat because we want you to be sun smart, and you get a t-shirt, and of course you'll get a Jamboree scarf and a Jamboree badge. And I think that's pretty much covered. We're still working out whether our resources will extend to anything more than that, but that's quite a decent amount of merch. And then there's stuff that you can buy from the Scout shop if you really want to, but you don't have to spend that money.
Loretta Giller asked, how many kids to attend?
Right. Well, there's a question that's worth having. So in each unit. There are 36 scouts in 6 patrols. Those patrols may be mixed, and the unit council, which means the leaders and the patrol leaders, will work out how many scouts can fit in a tent. Partly that's the size of your tents. Girls and boys, of course, sleep separately, as we do. All the normal stuff that you've been on when you go camping with your unit. Same idea. All right, another question perhaps.
Jane Crucy asks, how are you managing scouts with allergies?
That's a fantastic question as well. Jean, we are really good at managing foods, allergies, other things. People give us the medical information that we need as part of the application process. I'm sure you understand that. There are modified diets for anyone who needs that, and we're running a supermarket style aspect so that the leaders who understand your scouts best will be able to manage that. I'm highly confident about that. Whole process is really awesome with our team.
Joe has asked, can we have parents volunteer for a few days?
It is possible for leaders, or if you sign up as an adult helper, to assist for a few days. That does cost something. That's not it's not free, because we're providing food and accommodation and toilets and facilities and the whole aspect. We really do need leaders and parents who can assist us as adult helpers to run the Jamboree. Best to go through your group and let's talk about that. If you've got a particular skill that we're likely to need, and that, plumbing, plumbers, electricians, anything's along that line, people who are into water activities, cavers, the whole palaver, everything we need, then if you want to drop us an email, and the best email address for all specialised stuff is inquiries@vicjam.com.au, which kindly people put up on there for you. That's a great way to be in touch with us and make that offer, and we can work that through. All right, more questions. I'm sure there will be more questions.
Jasmine Hornbuckle asks, when does registrations for Venturers open?
What a fabulous question, Jasmine, and I wish I could give you a definitive date. The answer is soon. So Venturers, we are looking to run a program for Venturers and there are 3 possibilities. One, that you come and work as a service leader and do that for 11 days, and that would be awesome and will be a really great experience. You can come as a full Venturer participant, is what we're trying to work on and announcing very shortly and opening shortly, which means that you will just come and do fun activities, come and do fun activities and then go on a 5-day expedition during the period of the Jamboree. And the third option is that you come and be a service leader for the 11 days of the Jamboree and then go on an expedition. We're still finalising the expedition, so until we're able to nail that down fully and no cost, it's quite difficult for us to launch. And so we've said, let's just wait for that. But keep the dates available and free and in your diary. Get your other Venturer friends organised to sign up, and very soon we will open that for you and with all details.
Rachel asked, how will Cubs visits work?
So VicJam, which is the program for Cubs to come to the Jamboree and experience the Jamboree, is a first for any Jamboree in Australia, and another great innovation from the Victorian team. So VicJam is a full-day program where the Cubs will get on a bus in Melbourne and come to the Jamboree site and participate in a whole range of programs, understand the Jamboree, see what's there, get involved in one of the Scout activities we're trying to organise, and really understand and experience Jamboree life, and visit and be able to get a souvenir or two. I'm sure they'll do that, and then come home on the same day. They'll be pretty tired by the time they're finished, but it will be completely awesome. We've got a number of surprises and great things lined up for the Cubs to come. And where Cubs come from rural area and it's really a very long distance in drive, they will be able to camp in Melbourne the night before and join the Cubs coming up. And that program is happening after New Year, every day for 5 days. Hundreds of Cubs a day we're hoping will come. Who's asking next?
Claire asks, what date is the family day?
Okay, so Claire, brand new, there are now 3 family days. The festival day is the 1st of January, and for those who are, still not too exhausted after a huge new year, that will be a really big day at the Jamboree site where all the scouts are having a slightly quieter day after a big new year and undertaking festival activities. But they're also on Sunday the 2nd and Monday the 3rd of January, both of which, of course, are holidays. Those are 3 family days that people can come and visit. And when the program is known, you will know whether your scout is actually going to be in camp on those days, because the 2nd and 3rd, let me tell you, after a quiet day on the 1st, the Jamboree takes off into hyperdrive and we go on our expeditions and it's all full on. But you'll be able to work that out in plenty of time, 3 days to visit that you can come.
Georgia Smith has asked, what will assisting as a rover at VicJam look like? What can we tell fellow rovers to spread the word and sign up?
So rovers are crucial to the success of the Jamboree, and we really want every rover that can possibly come to be part of it. Essentially, rovers are young leaders, and they'll either be in troop lines if they are a qualified scout leader, and there are many rovers that are, or they will assist in running activities or other service aspects of the Jamboree. It's a hugely valuable thing. We've made it quite economical for leaders and rovers to attend, as in the price is lower than even the last Jamboree 3 years ago. We really want every rover that can possibly help us out. It's a fantastic experience to be amongst other friends and make new friends, and to just contribute to the development of young people in the Scout section.
Lee asks, will late applications be accepted for Scouts who are still a little unsure?
Great question, Lee, and thank you for that. So here's about the time that I let you into a little secret that the Chief Commissioner and I had a chat literally only 2 days ago, and announcing next Tuesday, so you're learning about it first, we are going to extend the application date for another 4 weeks until the 25th of June, so that people who see this program tonight, and while we're still doing lots of work to get the word out about how fantastic VicJam is going to be, will be able to apply. So we're extending the application date until the 25th of June. After that time, it starts to make people's life really hard. We have to order the souvenirs and the merchandise, the bags, the T-shirts and other stuff, and allocate the troops. So we really want people to apply by the 26th of June, 25th of June, I should say, Friday, which is the last day of school term, please. So, but we've given you some extra time. Let's use that time well. Persuade your other friends, other scouts in the troop. Everybody needs to come. It's just an amazing thing. All right.
Joe has just asked, can anyone come to Family Day?
Absolutely. Anyone can come to Family Day. It's at the time that you come and visit, find out what the Jamboree's about, have some fun yourself. It's a very relaxed atmosphere. There are places to, you can bring your own food, or you'll be able to buy food. You'll be able to see your scout, find out just how untidy their tent is. Oh, no, you know how untidy their tent is going to be because you see it at home every day. Anyway, it's all good fun. It'll be fantastic to welcome everybody to Elmore to see what goes on.
Loretta asks, so is the early bird price going to be extended till the 23rd of June?
Yes, definitely. Definitely will be extended to the 23rd of June, yes. Actually, 25th, I think I said, but go with 20. Yes.
Debbie has just asked, do patrols decide on activities to do? Do scouts get an opportunity to do all activities or only some?
That's also a really good question. So how the expeditions are a select one from that range, and the patrol will decide. So, and this is part of the new program, our program. This is the first Jamboree run under the program that Scouts Australia now runs, the more modern, updated version. That's really exciting and much more adventurous. So the patrols will decide their preferences, and if there are, for instance, most of the patrol wants to go water skiing, but 2 of the kids can't swim, it will be possible to form an activity patrol for that particular purpose for expeditions. unit leaders will be taught how to understand how to run all this. There'll be plenty of time for understanding how it works, and every expedition will be awesome. So the overnight expeditions, you certainly choose one of those. For the offsite expeditions, you get to choose some of those, and for fun fields and Echuca, where everybody's doing it because that's so much fun. So all of that will be explained, and it will be fantastic.
Russ has just asked, will scout groups be put together or put into new troops to make new friends?
Right. So jamborees are a lot about making new friends, and certainly all the scouts from the home unit are generally in the Jamboree unit. And generally speaking, we're very thrilled if you bring 36 scouts from your home unit, and some units do that, and they could form a whole unit on their own. But mostly others do join with other units from other scouts from other units around the state, and often country paired up with city. The Scout Council team do an awesome job of allocating those units, and it'll be hugely successful. And yes, you make new friends, whether or not it's both in your unit and outside of it. All right.
Brian has just said, do we need to do anything before VicJam?
Right. So, Brian, it depends what age you are, but let's assume you're a scout, and the answer is you need to do a lot before VicJam. There are requirements in badge work and camping so that we can be confident, your leaders can be confident that you have the skills to enjoy 11 days away from home camping and looking after your own washing and cooking and getting enough sleep and all of the things that are how we develop as young people and learn about what's going on. So yes, you do have to have some badge work in the old program. If you have a pioneer badge, you're already qualified. If you're in the new program, our program, then you need to have Program Essentials 1 and OAS 3 in bushwalking, campcraft, camping, and something or other else that I've forgotten temporarily anyway, but your leaders will know all of that. And you need to have 10 nights camping as a scout, of which 4 need to be continuous. So those requirements are managed by your leaders in your unit, and they are designed so that you will have the skills to be able to enjoy the camp, the extended Jamboree camping experience to the full. So it's your leaders who will manage all of that sort of that aspect. But yes, you need to do a fair bit in advance, and that means if you haven't been camping enough and we've had trouble in COVID times getting out, you need to go hard, camp as much as you can, and get as close to those 10 nights as you can.
Brad asks, how do our kids organize and order from the menu? And when will it be released?
Also good questions. We'll probably have another information session like this to talk about all of this stuff later in the year. The menu will be released in plenty of time. And yes, we will use this the app that we're still developing and even just getting our life together about that. And yes, you'll be able to order off that and manage what's going on. And as indicated in the video and talked about earlier, we'll also practice how to cook those things online. We'll have sessions like this that you can tune in, and we can learn how to be, better cooks. Mum's really looking for you to practice at home, I'm sure. All right, more questions.
Joe has just asked, are there positions available for fellowship members?
So fellowship members, like other adults and leaders in Scouts, can certainly come and assist at the Jamboree. I'm sure via your fellowship connections, you will know areas that you can assist in most. If you're really at a loose end, again, send us an email to that inquiries@vicjam.com.au and we'll sort that out and find you a home. But certainly, yes, there are things that fellowship members can do. More questions we're looking for.
Elle asks, can Cubs go to all of the days?
Right. So Elle, the Cubs can certainly come to any of the visitor days, but the specific Cub Jam days are in the second half of the Jamboree, and a lot of information will come out via your Cub Scout leaders in the next little while. There's still 6 months to go to get organised for that. but that will be awesome, and it's in the second half of the days that Cub Jam is operating.
It's just asked, my son has done 4 nights camping as a cub. He has just moved up to Scouts, and I am not sure if he will get to 10 nights. What happens if he doesn't get them in?
The 10-night requirement, thanks for that question, the 10-night requirement is about being sure that your cub, or then Scout, can cope and enjoy the 11 nights that we go away for the Jamboree period. So with your leaders, you'll work on that. We need them to have 4 nights continuous as a Scout, because that's not the same experience as a cub. All right, as a Scout, they have to step up, and they will cook for themselves more and be more independent, as happens with the Scout program. Your local leaders will manage all of that aspect, and so long as they're able to enjoy and you can be confident that they'll survive 11 nights, 11 days for the Jamboree experience, which is very full on and is really wonderful and awesome, and a great personal development opportunity. Then that will all be fine.
Hero asks, what games will we play on the e-games night?
Yes, really good question. I have absolutely no idea. Sorry. No, they'll be great games. The entertainment team are managing all that for us. Hold that thought, and we'll try and advise as soon as we can. I've got no idea.
Jerry just said, if COVID becomes an issue, are refunds available, or should I get travel insurance in case of cancellation?
Right. A reasonable question. I don't think you'll get travel insurance for COVID things. That's not really a thing. Look, the really positive bit is that we are managing COVID really well in Victoria. We have a full COVID plan, and the government requires that. It's not surprising to run any sort of event of this scale. We have just run Jamboree with 4,700 people in, and that has already happened happily. We will need to manage, and we have full COVID plans. I'm hoping, and I think that we're all seeing it less likely that COVID would impact this, but that is the reason that it's now a Victorian-only event. We weren't able to run the National Jamboree because the possibility of closing borders and other such aspects just meant there was too much uncertainty. So we've moved from that to providing this amazing experience for Victorian Scouts, and we're really lucky that we were already organised to run the Australian Jamboree, because this Jamboree is going to be exactly the same experience as we were going to have for AJ. So I'm saying to you really confidently, the same team is running it. It is just fantastic, and it will be great. So I think we're getting close to our time limit. We'll have 2 more questions and see how we go.
Sarah asks, I understand there is a medical centre, but what about mental health while at VicJam?
Sarah, that's really great for asking. We are very mindful about mental health aspects, and there is a lot of emphasis on that. I don't want to sort of just be confident that that will be fine and be really well handled. We've got a team that is really awesome in that area. And last question then.
Hazel asked, do you have to bring money?
Hazel, you do not have to bring money, because everything you can need will be catered for. But there are opportunities to buy some souvenirs, and certainly ice creams and soft drink and other such things. I'm sure a little bit of spending money is a normal thing. You generally speaking, if people ask me how much spending money, I say to them, I don't know. Guys, do you have any view about what you think?
When I went on Jamboree in AJ 2019, I brought around $10 a day. So
That's
some
about what I
days
would
I
have
didn't
said.
use it all, but it was good to have that amount approximately.
Yeah.
I had a similar spending amount, and it was really good for when you went into the city, Adelaide, and you could really buy whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
And it was nice to have that kind of freedom.
So I think there's 2 experienced answers at about $10 a day. In other words, $100 would be for spending money. It'd be great. All right. So we've got
one final question. Kira Lee asks,
a bonus question.
Yes, a bonus question. Kiralee asks, if a scout registers but doesn't qualify in time, will they lose their deposit?
The answer, Kiralee, is that no one will lose their deposit because your leaders will work with you and your scout to qualify. I've sewn badges on the bus towards the Jamboree. Did I say that out loud? Where I passed people the last bits of what they needed to do. Be confident, apply now, work with your leaders to make sure that your young scout has the skills that they need. It'll be great. We'll look after them. All right, ladies and gents, viewers at home, thank you for coming tonight. It's really, really awesome. I'd like to thank Amelia and Will for hosting us tonight.
Thanks, John.
And thanks everyone for sharing tonight.
We'll see you at VicJam.